Welcome back, lords and ladies. KingRayRayRay here, and I'm your host for this video. So today we have a little goal of having to get to making some glass, and let's make some wooden pulleys as well in order to sell. Wait. Okay, so our goal is actually going to be linen, wooden pulley, and glass, but not necessarily in that order. So let's make sure we have the space. We have space for 3. Now we have space for 6. Oh, he came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere like a lump on a log and a zit on a teenager's face. That's that's pretty graphic, isn't it? Ooh, boy. I can't believe I went there. Can you? That's 3 extra for this roundabout. And I want to move this because now we have all this space. I actually managed to buy all this space over here. So we're good. We're not getting any upgrades right now, mainly because we don't have the materials in production for it. Actually, I'm thinking we'll do linen first. So let's take a look. What does linen require? We're going to go up here and research linen. It takes 10 flax fiber. So 10 flax fiber requires, actually, while I'm thinking about it, do I have the money to close shop? I do have the money to close shop for now. Let's try to salvage what little reputation we have up there. I don't know what I did wrong or how that happened. I'm guessing it has something to do with not having enough rope and potions, but we really lost most of our reputation. We're doing a bad job here. I want to see how much linen is supposed to be made in its production. So we need to go to an assembler. An assembler, where is the assembler again? Right here. This is an assembler as well. Let's grab that real quick and change it over to linen. It can produce 12 a minute. It needs 120 linen thread a minute. This requires 120 linen thread. So from there, to make linen thread, we need processors. We need to figure out, sorry, I'm getting the keys confused again. I play Ortho games. Okay, here's a processor. Linen thread right here. It takes 60 flax fiber in order to make 20 a minute for linen thread. 120 divided by 20 is 6. Okay, so 6 of these would be for 1 of these, right? So I'm just gonna move this forward real quick, and then we're going to flip you over. We're out of wood. No. Let's make sure to buy some wood for the fuel over here. We don't want to run out of fuel while making those nails. Wood right here. Let's take that. So we have 4 here, 1 here, and 1 here, right? There's 6 altogether. If we take this and this, bring it out like that, it only takes linen thread. Let's move that back. And honestly, what we could do is probably move it right up against like that. That way, these 3 go into one side, these 3 go into the other side, and we're still getting the linen thread here. So now we need flax fiber. So we put flax through a grinder. It makes 1 flax every 3 seconds. That's roughly 360 flax a minute. I'm gonna say it's 18 grinders. That's quite a few grinders. Can we say 18 divided by 6 real quick? I got my calculator out now. That's actually 3 per 2. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. 18, 9. If I do 9 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, and then 9 on the top, 2, 3. Okay, so it would be these 3 would go to these 2. These 3 would go to these 2. What I'm thinking is we take this and have it flip, and what it's doing is going into, oh, we're out of rope. No, give me the rope. I need the rope. We are on a large project and we can't keep shop closed forever, you know? Oh, hi, we have Mel. Mail time, mail time, mail time. Oh, we might actually be able to do this. We need small. Okay, right here. Grab that in there. And I cannot do the rest. All right, cool. Back to this. We were needing some conveyor lifters. Turn that around and turn it around there. So what we'll have is these three going into that conveyor lifter, which then in turn goes equally into these two. We do the same over here. Put that there, and that was messed up. I did the doo-doo. I did the doo-doo. That's how we do it. And bring these three over like that. Lastly, that's facing the wrong one again. There we go. You into there. So now each two has 6 going into each other. All we have to do is set up the logistics of going into the grinders from the boxes, which, speaking of logistics and boxes and needing goodies, we should probably take care of this. That way we have seeds. Put those in there, put those in there, and I think we can take one more of those. After that, we will go buy more seeds. We are going to need, we have 2 sage seeds, so we need 4 sage, 11 flax. Thank you, nice doing business with you. He knows he's making bank with me. It is obvious that he's making bank with me. So now we're going to be setting this up. We need it to split evenly between 9. So here, 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 and from here it will go like that and that. We need lab stands once again in the back. We do the same style that we did down below. I made a boo-boo here. There we go. Now that goes into there, that into there, and there's an issue going on here. Why is there an issue going on? Oh, that was the issue. I was being silly. Then we have that going into that here, and we should be able to take this and hook it up like that. So it goes in there, out up here, and now we should be able to take this once we get some iron. Let's get some iron. Should be able to take this and connect it to those two. So now any kind of wheat added to this should split evenly between the two, come out on top and bottom, and then go through the grinder. It takes longer to go to that side, unfortunately. After it goes through the grinder, it will then come into the processors, which makes it into twine, and from the processors into the assembler, we're going to make a storage here. That way it can go into that. And then we're going to add this. Needs to go there and there. This is going to get a little janky the way that all this is set up. We'll bring this around like that and put that there. Take this. We're going to go across and use this temporarily. Rotate and flip. Once again, back to normal conveyor belts. I've got a different issue now. We need to make sure, you know what? I'm actually going to move this over 1. I don't like doing that, but bring that across. And we had to bring this back because of this right here needing to be able to rotate or turn the corner there. Alrighty. So before we get that set up, I want to be able to do this carpenter's request now that I have linen being made. And I'm also thinking we're going to need more flax seeds because that is quite an expensive thing right there. 360 a minute, I believe it was. So I'm thinking we'll add another 5, another column of 5. So we have 5 times 3 equals 15 going on here. I don't know, and I hope that it will be enough to feed all of my different factory things going on here. Problem is, this has already gone through all of my flax fiber. I'm thinking what I'll do, since that is finished there, or well, not really finished, but it's making a backup here, that we can do something like that. Oh, hey, we just got a whole bunch of flax here ready. Very nice. I have multiple places that needs it. Oh, I forgot to recolor this for it to be flax. There we go. Now it's recolored for flax. Very good, very good. Wait, am I using? Yeah, I'm using orange for flax. So that is 10, 11 seeds. Plant the seeds real quick. G. Look at all of this linen. We have so much, we don't know what to do with it. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Hold a moment. We almost have 10 linen. I'm actually gonna reattach this. 10 linen. Booyah. There we go. Let's send that in. And now we have completed that order. We don't have bandages, and I don't want to do those just yet. Oh, it looks like our grinder for the pestles is empty. Better get that done. And our smelter. How much? I don't think we have very much iron going on there either. Yeah, we're almost out of iron. Let's buy one more iron. Iron? I hardly know her. I'm honestly thinking what we should do now is just call it a day. We have a lot of backup stuff here, and we forgot to set that. There we go. Maybe what I should do actually first, set that up, one up like that, right? Then we take some of these, bring it down one, using the 1, 2. It's a little extra, you know. Flip it out. Now when it goes across, it'll go down into that. We have these set up so they can go in there. We might have to start using this doorway, and it looks like all the flax is ready too. Let's grab what we can flax wise. I'm thinking about, let's make a large box over here. This is going to be the extra storage, just in case we have extra materials we need to throw in there. Make sure all of this is running at full capacity. Yeah, we got extra now. That is good. That is very good. And then we'll throw the wheat in here. The wheat. And I forgot to grab sage seeds. I am an idiot.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Okay, 18 and 6. Well, we're looking at plant the sage, plant all the sage. Once you're done, move to flax. You've got a lot to plant. Plant the flax because you've got more than you need. But that's okay because it's better to have a backlog of stuff. Hey, don't judge me. I'm a good singer. I swear. All right, so our next goal is glass. Let's take a look at glass real quick. Let's take a look at glass. Glass requires a kiln, and at a kiln, it takes 6 sand in order to make 1 piece of glass every 6 seconds. I have no idea. Oh, I need to research it. I mean, might as well. Our shop's closed at the moment, so it's not gonna hurt our reputation one way or another. Oh, and since it's a new day, let's take a look at any new carpenter's request. Wooden pulleys. I knew I was gonna have to have these out at some point. We'll take a look at that after we're done with glass, right? Glass requires the kiln, which requires one of these, right? Let's just put this right here for now. Put this down. Wait, why are you doing me? No, it's one of those. It's one of those. No. Why aren't you working? Because I let you go empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 here and 1 over here. So that should get the stuff going again. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be here. Nope, not there. Wait, where? Oh, right here. Oh, hello. Hello, nurse. This isn't producing fuel fast enough. That's okay, because I have a backload. I have a backload. Sorry, I was struggling talking there. What is English? We can make 10 a minute with this. That requires 60 sand. In order to make sand, it requires stone in a grinder. Let's try to come up with something real quick. I'm thinking we won't need an awful lot of this to start with, so it's just going to be tin, or just the base, basically. I'm going to do this real quick. Let's actually rotate that like so, right? And then I'm going to rotate you like that. We'll want this here, put you there. And that's going to require a wood cutter for now. Put that there. And where is, there it is, right there. So now it should take wood and put it into the stone furnace in order to cook it. So now over here, rotate it again and put a box right here. So now it will take its glass and bring it into the metal storage. Now we need to start working towards this. We're kind of working backwards here, and I calculated that we should have 12 grinders going into there. So first and foremost, we need more rope. After grabbing that rope, we can now create a new conveyor. Bring that up, and I made a boo-boo. We forgot to flip it. So we flip it and bring it up. Now it goes into it and then into that. 12 grinders. These are grinders here. 6 on the bottom, 6 on top. Should do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Put 1, 2, 3. Have those two go into that. 1, 2, 3. Those two go into that. Go into each other and out. So we're gonna have to move this over. Well, actually, I'm gonna just get rid of that altogether. What was it? Shift. Yeah, it was shift to grab everything. T and bring it right there. So now it's right up against it. That should do it. So now all 6 go into this furnace like that. So now we need to take this group in the back, connect 3 stone cutters to it. Stone cutters. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's move these over real quick, just so it's not so out of place, right? Sorry, I forgot we also need to set up the logistics part of it. So throw these in here, have that go out, that go out, that go out, that go out. We need to move these back again, just temporarily. That way I can get this going the way it's supposed to be. Those two go into each other, and we will need lab stands once again going across. One second, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. There, bring that out, bring that out, there, bring that out, bring that out. And I should be able to. Let's do this real quick. That way we know this goes that way. Goes that way. Nope, that went the wrong way. Okay, I want that to go like that, because now I will put a thingamabob here like that. Now if we did this correctly, we should be able to put those 2 down, and these 3 we move forward at least 1 right here to right here, because now I can do that, bring that in, bring that in. So that should evenly split everything. For testing sake, let's get 9 of these, place them right inside here, get those started, and then we'll go grab 3 of these, and that should get this next part started. And there we go. It's not very pretty or condensed yet, but we'll find a way. and this should be glass. Let's first do this. We're gonna break that out one and break that. I'm going to take a wooden block here, a lab stand next to it, there and there. That goes in. This one goes out, and I actually need that facing towards that direction there. Don't forget to do this because the last video I forgot to do that. And that across, and that should attach itself to this, which makes glass. Oh, hey, would you look at that? We got a little bit of glass coming in. We're already getting the glass. It's harvesting time. Harvesting, harvesting. We love to harvest things. I am very smart. Don't judge me. You guys know I'm smart. A smart ass, at least. What about you guys? And you need the goodies as well. Oh, would you look at that? I've got a little left over. Fine with me. It was 18 and 6. Would you look at that? We got glass! Woo! And a new order coming for... I can do that. I can do that. Make a little extra money off the side, you know? A little hoe money. There we go. Very nice. That's... okay, we're good on the iron. I was worried that we ran low on iron there. That's a lot of copper. So why am I saving for... why am I saving the glass at the moment? Probably should start researching that, and we're going to need to research that as well because we'll need the extractor, I believe. This is made at the blender. That is the blender. Okay. So what's the extractor for? It's in the main line here, kind of. So I assume that we're going to need it at some point, right? Okay, after the pipeline is done researching, I'm going to research wooden pulley so we can get started on that. We're going to need a lot of that for one of the quests, and then we'll get the extractor started right after that. That'll allow us to research while we're setting this up. So the wooden pulley requires rope and wood. Oh boy. All right, so now that we're done researching the wooden pulley, I need to figure out where it's made. The assembler. Where is an assembler? That's a processor, that's an assembler. Let's see here. Let's take a look, see Dirk. Wooden pulley right there. So to make a wooden pulley completely maximized for the assembler, we need 15, right? 15, that's an awful lot. I'm just going to move that forward for now, and we're going to need to have a sawmill and 2 processors in order to get that going. This is a processor. Now you're probably thinking, why do you need a processor, Ray? Well, each processor makes linen rope, which is required for this. And then we will need a sawmill. The sawmill is the wood right here that's required. So what I'm thinking here is, instead of having it long, because I want to try, well, that's not exactly what I had in mind. Let's move that over there. What I want to do is have this on a support like I have over here. So we're going to need some of the stone blocks, and how many we needed to go up? 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll do the same here. Then we'll need these, whatever they're called, beams, and I'll put these on top of this. I'm out of wood again. It's taking all my wood. How dare it? Uh-oh, we're out of stone for that one again. We better get that. Small issue. We're out of fuel. I am so looking forward to a better fuel source in order to make it look a little bit nicer and place it in better areas. So we needed wood, right? Did we even grab wood? We didn't even grab wood while we were there. We were too busy being too cool for school. All right, so now we have that wood there. We come back here and we bring you on top of here. Yeah. And then that there, destroy that. So now we have 2 there, and we'll move it over like that, right? So if I did this correctly, I should be able to say, put that there and take a lift down, and I should be able to move that directly back against that. So now it will take the rope in these and the table saw and directly put into the assembler. Now we have to put linen thread, which is once again 2 processors. Oh gosh, okay, 2 processors would be right here and here. Turn these into linen thread like that, and we'll move them over that. Harvest it all, harvest it all. Just taking a small break while we make sure all of these are getting where they need to be, you know. Harvest it all. I think if we stood on top of these, which is not exactly what I meant to say, if we were on top of it, we would be harvesting those twice a day. But because I get sidetracked quite often with other projects that we're working on, we usually end up a whole day where we don't harvest them when we should be. Right, so we're out of rope, I noticed, while I was trying to get things set up for our new project. So let me grab another 20 rope, well 21 at this point, and see if we can do something here. Flip that, bring it up, flip it again, rotate it, put that there, and bring that around over there. So that should hopefully evenly transfer. Last but not least is 5 grinders we need for this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, like that. I'm actually going to move it back a bit. That way we can work on the logistics part of it. So first we're going to need those going to those, right? Then we'll take a lab stand, those 2 lab stands, and bring those 2 over like that, and a thingamajig that's flipped out like that. And that should allow us to do both of those. I kind of feel like we need to do like that in order to properly do it. Last but not least is getting this back part completed. Lab stands. Can't do it there. There we go. Now we'll put a logistics thing. Rotate it right there. And that should be good enough to put a chest right there. So if I did this correctly, hello, Sage. Okay, so while that's getting itself all nice and warmed up, we'll put these in here and start producing whatever we're producing here. Pulleys. I need to put a chest in front of that, and I need to get some wood for that, because if you remember, we put the wood in front there. Oops, I just grabbed an extra wood. That's okay. We can put one there and then go over here and put these 3 in here. It does look like we need to buy 4 wood. All right, now that we're not worried about our fuel and economy and all that good stuff, we need to hook this up, kind of. I say kind of because we're not directly hooking it just yet. No, that's not what I wanted. Right here, crossed like this. Where is the blocks? Here's the block right there. Some lab stands. 1, 2, 3. We need to bring it up using a lift. We don't have to use lifts, but I think they look better. I think lifts look better. Just like that, and then we should be able to bring that across and that across over here, allowing this to be wooden pulley. Glass, we got wooden pulley. if I can get materials for the wooden pulley, we'll be able to call it a good day here. That's a lot of wooden pulleys we need. And I forgot the sage again. Let's go get that sage. Thinking what I'll do now is actually set up some teleport sigils. We should be able to afford that right now, right? Let's buy 10 for now. Okay, there we go. We got 10. And I'm going to be setting up the teleport sigils back here. If I can remember how to build them. Purchasing. That should be it, right? Yeah, one there, and then we need to figure out how to get that up. Okay, I have an idea. It looks like this is too deep, so we'll do that. And it's probably gonna have to be on the same level like that. You there, put you there, and we have one more we have to do up there. So this will help us not have to go to the market every 5 seconds, since we will know, hello, our expenses way outweigh our living cost, unfortunately. There we go, got it. So now I could just say, oh, this is empty. One, oh, need to make sure it's what it is. Probably stone. Just gotta make sure I'm not putting something else in there, you know? Oh my gosh, this is empty. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Already in there. Let's make sure that is stone. Buy 1. Make sure this is stone. We'll buy 1 because they already have 2 on there. That one there has 3. That's fine. So we don't have to buy anything. And later we'll be able to set it up where if we're making enough money, it automatically transfers the money into this, buying the product that we need immediately without us having to come over and say, yeah, this has 3. All right, so I want to make 3 over here. Now, if I did that for the wood, I can do this over here for that and do the same for this over here, though I kind of need to be a little more, let's see here. We had to bring that out a little bit because of how I kind of scrunched it in there. I could probably move all this back and put that there, but I think this is fine for now. That has wood, just making sure that all of the portals are set up for these outer parts. Did that buy? Yeah, that bought. And then what about over here? This is not needing, this needs a portal right here. So let's buy another portal sigil. Portal sigil. And also I want to buy 2 more gelatinous gridlocks. I like to use these inside these because then it prevents a buildup that is not needed. And I'm sure later on that there will be buildups. Did I just put G on that? I'm not entirely sure. There will be buildups that we don't need going on. Right, okay, we were over here trying to figure this out. So wrong direction, Crunk. We'll put that right there and then we'll connect it like that. Allows me to throw that into there. I'm not going to do that over here because they're right up against the wall at the moment and I don't want to have to move them. So we will just manually do these for now, but it doesn't, well, except this one. That one looks like I can do it. So let's, I forgot we needed one more silly sigil there. Let's check what we have available here. Still need that. Bandages, and we should be able to do that as well. What is that? 16 mortars. There's 50 mortars and 50 linen. That'll make us a little bit of money today. Not very much, but a little bit of money. And that's better than nothing. Let's put that linen away in here. Actually, we should be able to level up. Put wood. Yep, wood. There we go. Well, hello there. Lots of farming to do. I'm okay with leaving these bags out here. I can grab those bags in just a moment. Put those out. Give me. I have to tap that too many times. Oh my goodness gracious. I think we may have just enough. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we have just enough. I don't want to buy any more right now for plot lands, but I'm thinking we may be short on how much I need daily. We have more than enough sage right now for making daily, but other than that, we aren't making enough flax. Oh no, I think I ran out of money. Yeah, we're kind of short. We're gonna have to open shop shortly. Either that or just stop buying the seeds. Sage. And the rest is flax. Right, so how's this looking? 100 $100. And now we have a shelf unlocked and 22 more silver coin. Nice. That should get us going for a little bit, right? I'm going to hook this up now that we've got the linen for that. Or not linen, sorry. Pulleys, rope pulleys. And so that should automatically come over here to this box here. As for the glass, I don't know. This isn't really keeping up at all. I feel like that we might actually we're making more than we need sand-wise. That's how I feel. I don't know if I'm right about that. We might actually need 2 of these for how many we have here. Huh. Yeah, let's hook up the glass as well. We're just gonna need a little bit later on, but I think we've done pretty decent for today's video. So if you lords and ladies haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave a comment and a like. I will catch you lords and ladies next time. Bye and have a great day.
When you drop in, the light shine bright. Chat's on fire, we're set like the night. You make the show, you bring the fire.